Hi, I'm Lance Burton, professional magician. You know, you don't have to be a professional to have fun entertaining your friends and family with magic. Today I'm going to teach you some of my favorite tricks from the new Lance Burton magic set. Let's get started. This is called the salt trick. It's a great trick to perform at the dinner table or really any place you can find a salt shaker. You can use your own handkerchief or you can borrow one. I make a little pocket in the handkerchief. I'm going to make 1,000 grains of salt disappear. Oops, excuse me, that's 1,001. Where did the salt go? Why, it's right up there in the air. Isn't that amazing? Okay, here's the secret to the salt trick. Watch closely. This is called a thumb tip. It's a little plastic thumb. It fits over your real thumb. When wearing the thumb tip, keep the back of your hand to the audience or point the thumb tip directly at the audience. That way they won't be able to see it. When you start the trick, take out your handkerchief or borrow one. Drape it over your left fist. You're going to make a little pocket in the left fist, and as you do that, you leave the thumb tip there inside the handkerchief. Pour the salt directly into the thumb tip. Now they think you're just pouring it into your fist, but it's actually going into the thumb tip. Then you make a little joke. You say, oops, that's 1,001 grains. You flick one grain away. And as you do that, you steal the thumb tip out. Just stick your thumb in and pull it out. The salt disappears. Hold the cloth with your thumb behind the cloth. That way no one can see it. To make the salt reappear, you just reach up in the air. You pop the thumb tip off like that, you pour it out, and that's the salt trick. A trick with a blue block, a yellow block, a red block, and an empty tube. The tube goes over the 3 blocks, a tap of the wand, and the yellow block disappears. Where did it go? Ah, it went right through the table. Here's the secret to the trick. You have 2 yellow blocks, and the red block is actually a shell. It's open here at the bottom. Now, before you start the trick, hide one of the yellow blocks underneath your table. Show the blocks to the audience. Put the blue one on the bottom, the yellow one on the middle, the red one on top. Now, you don't want the red one to accidentally cover the yellow block too soon. So when you set the red one on top, put it on catty-cornered like that. Show the tube to the audience. As you cover the blocks, cover the red one first, squeeze the tube. That will allow you to square the yellow and red blocks up. Tap it with the wand. When you lift the tube, it looks like the yellow block has disappeared. Then just reach under your table and pull out the duplicate block. The mystery of the magic box. Show the box empty, close it up, snap your fingers, and produce a little toy animal. Here's another trick you can do. Show the magic box empty and take an ordinary newspaper. Tear the paper up into small pieces. Drop the pieces into the magic box, snap your fingers, and magically the newspaper is restored. Here's another one. Show the magic box empty. Take a lime, drop it inside the magic box, snap your fingers, and it changes into a lemon. The secret to the magic box is on the inside of the box. There's actually a mirror dividing the box in half. Now you can't see the mirror from the front, but if you look in through the top, you can actually see the back of the mirror right here. Of course, you don't let the audience look into the top of the box. They're always looking into the front of the box. And you can even wiggle your fingers inside the box to show that it's empty. Now when you wiggle your fingers, you have to wiggle through the front and the top, or else the optical illusion doesn't work. Now before you start the trick, take your little stuffed animal or whatever it is you want to produce from the box, hide it into the top, into the load chamber. Now you show the box empty. You can wiggle your fingers in there, close the box up, snap your fingers, and make your magical production. For the newspaper trick, you need 2 newspapers that are identical. They have to be from the same issue. Before you start the trick, take one of the papers, fold it up into a little packet. You hide that in the load chamber of the magic box. Show the box empty, close the front, take the second newspaper, show that to the audience. This is the one you're going to tear into little tiny pieces. Take all the pieces, drop them in the box, close the lid. When you open the box, you take out the duplicate paper and you show that it's restored. At the end of the trick, make sure you show that the box is still empty. The lime to lemon trick is very easy. Before the show, take the lemon and hide it in the magic box. Show the box empty. Show the lime to the audience, drop it in the box, snap your fingers, and pull out the lemon. If you use your imagination, you can come up with dozens of different tricks that you can do with the magic box. Show the little plastic box empty and cover it with the lid. Place a quarter on top and cover the whole thing with a playing card. Give it a tap and the quarter penetrates right through the lid. The secret to the trick is you use 2 quarters and a little piece of transparent tape. Take a little piece of tape and make a loop out of it with the sticky side on the outside and put that on the back of the playing card. One of the quarters is wedged into the lid of the box, like that. Now, show the box empty, place the lid on top, and cover that with the quarter. The card goes on top of the quarter, making sure the sticky tape goes right on top of the coin. Tap the box. The quarter from the lid falls right through, and your other quarter is stuck to the back of the card. Here's a great trick to do at school. Borrow a pencil from your friend and make it disappear. This is the Magic Pencil Vanisher. It's a piece of elastic. On one end is a safety pin. On the other end is the little plastic vanisher. And the pencil fits right into the vanisher. Now what you do is you pin the safety pin inside your jacket up here by the armpit. Run the elastic down your sleeve and you hold the little plastic vanisher in your right hand. Borrow the pencil, stick the end of the pencil into the vanisher. You make a tossing motion and the elastic pulls the pencil right up your sleeve. Take the 4 aces and place them inside the magic popcorn box. Snap your fingers and magically they change into the 4 kings. Here's a trick with some unpopped popcorn kernels. Pour the kernels into the magic popcorn box, add a little magic heat, and voila! Popcorn for everyone. The secret to the popcorn box is there's a secret compartment there in the back of the box. And by squeezing the sides of the box, that makes the secret compartment open. Now before you start the trick, whatever you want to produce at the end of the trick goes into the main part of the box. Whatever you want to vanish, that's what you place into the secret compartment. Snap your fingers, you open the box up. You've made your change. One important thing, make sure you keep the secret compartment closed with your hand at the end of the trick. A trick with a little red ball. The ball magically changes to 2 red balls. One disappears. Oh, here it is underneath my table. 2 red balls changes to 3. One of those disappears. Oh, here it is underneath my table. 3 red balls magically changes to 4. Now this trick takes a little practice. You have 3 balls and a little half ball. This is called the shell, and the shell fits over one of the balls like that. Now at the beginning of the trick, 2 of the balls are underneath your table, and you show 1 ball to the audience, which is actually 1 ball covered with a shell, and it's pinched between the thumb and first finger like that. To change the ball into 2 balls, the second finger levers the ball out of the shell, and now it looks like you have 2 balls. You make a throwing motion, you put the ball back into the shell, it looks like the ball's disappeared. You reach under your table and you say, ah, there's the ball under the table. Place that ball in between the second and third fingers. Now you do the same thing again. The second finger lifts up, levers the ball out of the shell, it looks like you have 3 balls. You make one of them vanish again, by rolling it back into the shell, and you say, oh, there's the ball under my table. And that goes between the pinky and third finger. To change the 3 balls into 4, you do the exact same thing. The second finger comes up, levers the ball out of the shell, and you show 4 balls for the grand finale. Terry, I'd like to show you a little card trick. You can see all the cards are different. Just take one out, any one you want. Take your lucky card. Look at it, remember it, put it back anywhere you like. I'll give the cards a quick shuffle. And when you want to find the card, if you know the secret, all you have to do is pass your hands over the deck. Was that your card? Now here's the secret to the mystery deck. It's actually a real deck of cards. You can actually play cards with it. But the secret is the deck is tapered. In other words, it's cut at an angle. One end is narrower than the other. If you take a card and you turn it around, you put it in the deck, you can see right there, down at this end, it sticks out a little bit. You see that? That's because that's the wide end on this one card. Just by passing your thumb and finger over the deck, that card comes right out. Okay, when you perform the trick, you have the spectator select a card. It doesn't matter which one they take. While they're looking at the card, turn the deck over end for end. They put the card back in the deck. Now you can always find it because it's sticking up here at the end. You can shuffle the cards, whatever you want, whenever you want the card. There it is. Okay, Terry, you've shuffled the cards. I'm just going to give them a little cut, and it's time for a game of cards. There they are, the 4 aces. Here's the secret to the 4-ace trick. Start by removing the 4 aces, turn the deck around, place the 4 aces back into the deck in different positions. Now you can have the spectator shuffle the cards. Whenever you want the 4 aces, run your thumb and finger along the edge of the cards. The 4 aces come out. You pretend like you're cutting the cards, and there they are. Here's one of my favorites. It's called the milk trick. Here's the secret to the milk trick. You have a pitcher with only a little bit of milk in the bottom. You also have a clear plastic insert which fits inside the pitcher. Now watch what happens when I push down on the insert. The level of the milk rises. It looks like you have a full pitcher of milk. By tilting the pitcher, watch what happens to the level of the milk. It looks like you're pouring the milk, but you're not. The milk is simply being transferred inside the insert. The rest is just acting. The cups and balls, the oldest trick in magic. 3 balls and 3 cups. A ball goes on top of the center cup. It passes right through. The second ball goes just as easily. Just remember, the 3 balls always stay together. The secret to the cups and balls is you use an extra ball. I'll demonstrate using clear plastic cups so you can follow along more easily. Place the extra ball on top of the center cup, cover it with the other 2, drop the 3 balls inside, and you're ready to begin. Show the 3 balls and the 3 cups. Place the cups on the table like this. Place a ball on the center cup, cover it with the other 2. It looks like the ball's gone through. Do the same move again. The second ball apparently travels through the cup. Do the same move again. The third ball goes through the cup. Now you're ready to do the trick again at any time. A trick with a glass, a tube, and 3 balls. The green ball goes in first, the orange ball second, the red ball goes in last. Look, the red ball's jumped to the bottom. Look, you know where the green ball is. The orange ball goes on top. The red ball goes into my pocket. And look, the red ball's jumped back to the middle. The secret to the trick is you have an extra red ball. I'll use this clear plastic tube to demonstrate. At the beginning, the extra ball is inside the tube, and you just pinch it there with your fingers. Drop in the orange ball, and secretly drop the red ball. Put the green one in. When you lift the tube, pinch the top red ball. Now, to make the ball jump into the center, you do it this way. Place the ball in your pocket, and that's the secret. Well, thanks for watching. You know, I got my first magic set over 30 years ago. I always enjoyed performing magic for my family and friends, and what started as a hobby eventually became my profession. Now remember, you don't have to be a professional to have fun with magic. As you're learning these tricks, practice them in front of a mirror. That way you can see them exactly the way the audience will see them. And don't forget the most important thing, have fun. If you're having fun, so will the audience. Good luck.